Just a reminder, if Dima wins this match, automatically world #1, no matter what happens in the rest of the tournament. If he loses this match and Fan Zhendong wins the tournament, as far as I understand it, that is the only way that Dima will not be world #1. So Koki Niwa wins here. Fan Zhendong doesn't lose another match this tournament. Then Fan Zhendong will be #1 in the world. He is so fast with this. As soon as he sees that backswing from Dima, he starts setting up for the counterattack. Starts hopping around the corner. I think Dima's gonna have to take a little bit of the Koki Niwa medicine, play some quick surprise shots down the short side, mix it up a bit. But from the backhand, that's across court there. It's the length of the table. The serves of Koki Niwa have clearly been giving some trouble to Dima. Dima checking for the cracks on the ball. Looked like he couldn't decide who he wanted to show it to first. Koki Niwa or the umpire. Thinking about all the different intense matches I've seen this year, and one of the most intense matches was Dmitry Ovcharov versus Alexander Shibaev, the Men's World Cup. Koki Niwa so quick to move around in these counter rallies. This is the first year I feel like I've always respected Koki Niwa, but I haven't fully understood how dangerous he can be and how impressive he can be in these rallies. Creative, yes. Powerful, fast. Wow, that's the longest serve. That's a tennis serve. So I think that would be a fault, but he gets a second. No, not in table tennis. In case you're newer, I'm just pulling your leg here. Another service error. That's the third for Dima. Little emotion from Koki Niwa, a little frustration. 5-0 lead would have been nice for Niwa to go up 3-1. Still early in the game. First towel break of the game, and Koki Niwa in a pretty solid position. Just a little sniff there, maybe some congestion. That's close, other than that hand swipe we saw. I was gonna say a little sniff, congestion is close to emotion. Man, the crowd is going crazy. Two exciting matches happening at once. And this time he turns early, smart play. Dima changes up the direction, waits patiently, doesn't go for power. Trying to overpower Koki Niwa, hitting it to where he's at. Not nearly as effective as what was just done here. Smart play by Dima, good tactics. The match on table 2 is Vladimir Samsonov, another legend of Europe, versus Wang Chunting. Go back and check that out later. The highlights on YouTube, ITTF's YouTube channel. Inside out forehand, very patient from Koki Niwa. Waits to see which way Dima's gonna go, and I think when you earn a high ball, this usually pays off. We see a lot of the top players doing that. Taking their time, placement over power. Oh, back edge for Dima. Quick apology. I think we are on the Asian side of Kazakhstan. Just trying to remember if we were in Europe right now or Asia. Chop block comes down, but it sits just high enough. Dima is quick to get there and smack through the ball. Koki Niwa typically leaves these quite low. From that camera angle, you could actually see it was a little bit lower than it looked, still above net height. Not an easy ball. So timeout on Koki Niwa's side. Head coach Kurashima, Yosuke Kurashima, has been working with the Japanese national team. He has one of the most fascinating projects. I love to think about what life is like for different people in the world, not just in table tennis, but especially in table tennis. Chiquita, the banana.
3球目
まあ結局
山張って打つしかない。
そうだな。だからロングサーブかこっちに厳しく出してる。でも球足速いからあいつ入りづらい。で3球目もでコースいつも頭入れとかないからバックは絶対止めるから。
Now, if you thought you heard Captain America at the end, I don't think that's what he said. He did talk about the Chiquita coming in for the receive, it appeared. Getting in early with a spinny backhand shot from the forehand side. A little bit of side spin on it as well. Now, he mentioned you heard long serve, long sabu. Question is, was he saying be aware of a possible long serve, look for the opportunity to attack from behind the table? Oh, chop block just long. This is something, it was almost like an aggressive chop block, a bit of side spin on it, mostly side spin. And the timeout does not deter the next point. Coach of the Year, Jorg Roskopf, on his feet in support of Dmitry Ovcharov. For the first time in the longest time, maybe ever, Germany has been a threat to China. And I think that's a big part of why we saw Jorg Roskopf accepting an award last night. For how many decades? China has only been rivaled by Sweden for maybe 87 through 2010. Excuse me, through 2000, 13 years or so. Of course, there was the Generation Appelgren and even Stellan Bankston before that. But the Waldner-Persson years, those were the best ones, the glory years, it seemed, in recent history for Sweden. There's that very nonchalant step around from Niwa, but misses the contact. 4 points in a row for Dima since Koki Niwa's timeout. Not really committing to that wide one, trying to just bring it back on the table, keep his position. Koki Niwa watching the other match, just looking over to see what's happening. I mean, I do that, but I'm not Koki Niwa. And Dmitry Ovcharov, 11-6. Fascinating turnaround. The timeout was Niwa's timeout, but it seemed to favor Dima. So tied up at 2 games apiece. We'll see who takes game number 5 because it's starting right after this.